You know, when I lived, or worked for the Circus, I lived on a train. A real train. I'm not kidding. It's the world's largest privately owned railroad. The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus train. Car 198. I lived there for 5 years, honestly. Just me, my Jack Russell Terrier Nestor, and out the window, America. Do you hear that whistle down the line? I figure that it's engine number 49. She's the only one that'll sound that way on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. See the old smoke rising round the bend. I figure that she knows she's gonna meet a friend. Folks around these parts get the time of day from the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Here she comes. Ooh, hey Jim, you better get the rig. Ooh, she got a list of passengers that's pretty big, and they all want lifts to Brown's Hotel, 'cause most of them been traveling for quite a spell, all the way from Philadelphia on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Well, one hot summer afternoon, we were clickety-clecking along through the Pennsylvania countryside. I opened the door to my compartment to get some air, and Nestor, my little Jack Russell Terrier, he was less than a year old. He looked up at me with the kind of eyes that say, "Dad, I really gotta go to the bathroom." I knew we were already 3 hours late for a water stop, so I understood his pain, but this guy's got a bladder made of steel. I'm not kidding. He could go 12 hours. Amazing. But I told him, Nestor, just relax. As soon as we get work going, I'm gonna find you a nice patch of green grass. You can take care of all the business you need to. Nestor was not amused. Anyways, I got to doing this and that. By the time I turned around, I realized that Nestor was not in the room anymore. I stepped out on the vestibule. No Nestor. No Nestor. No Nestor. No Nestor. And then it hit me. Nestor was out using the bathroom. He had jumped off of the moving circus train that's 15 feet or more to the ground below. I'm not kidding you. I went into an absolute panic. I had no idea what to do. I get on the radio, say, "Hello, Gene Pettis, Mr. Ringmaster. This is Kevin Venardos in car number 198. Yeah, I got some problems here. My dog just jumped off of the train back in old New York, where I come from. I done a lot of dreaming and I traveled some, but I never thought I'd see the day when I'd ever take a ride on the Santa Fe." Well, by now, every human occupant of the circus train had been listening to this drama unfold via radio, and they were all pinned to the inside of their windows trying to spot a flying dog. A tiny white and brown Jack Russell Terrier. And thank goodness we hadn't been going that fast, but it still took what seemed like an eternity to stop the train. And my home is getting further and further and further away from the drop zone, so I can't really see anything. I'm depending on other people's eyes. I got on the radio again and said, "Hello? Has anyone seen my dog? Hello?" And about that time, a man's voice comes on the radio. A guy named John, one of the train's porters, and not the sharpest knife in the drawer. He says, I think I see your dog. I'm gonna go get him." Here she comes. Ooh, hey Jim, you better get the rig. She got a list of passengers that's pretty big, and they all want lifts to Brown's Hotel. Well, don't you want to know what happened to Nestor? I said, don't you want to know what happened to Nestor? Heartless. Just a little puppy. Donecker John didn't inspire a lot of confidence. And then the train starts moving again. And I can't do anything. I'm totally stuck inside of my room. I'm in a private car. I can't move to another section of the train. I can't do anything. I'm really seeing my dog's life flash before my eyes, and he's my son. He comes to work with me every day. I mean, he literally is a part of my life in a way I can hardly describe. And just as the tears are about to start rolling down my face, I get a knock at the door. It's John. He had walked up the full length of the coaches, about a half of a mile, and there in his arms was a dirty, quivering, scared to death dog with an empty bladder. John was my hero. And Nestor got a stern talking to as soon as I stopped crying. It's times like these a guy could use his dog. On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe,